everyone. My name is Joy. I am the founder and CEO of Butterfly Dreams, and this is our leadership coach overview. So if you are a returning leadership coach, welcome back. If you are a new leadership coach, meaning you filled out the application, you received an email from us that said we reviewed your application, welcome, welcome, welcome to the tribe. Hopefully, after you hear the overview, you'll take the next steps and join us for the upcoming school year. And if you're just thinking about becoming a leadership coach, you haven't submitted the application yet, but you're thinking about it, that's fine too, because you'll learn what the role is all about, what we're all about. So all of you all, welcome, welcome, welcome. In this session, I am going to review the leadership coach role. So you'll learn what exactly is a leadership coach and what the commitment is. We will outline our current timeline. So I'll let y'all know where we are and what we'll be doing from now until October, which is when we'll officially start. And then we'll talk about the next steps that you need to take to get started. So let's go. All right, so before we jump into the leadership coaching role, I thought it was important for us to just affirm our mission, our values, and to share with you all about our programs. And so if you're returning and you're familiar with our work, this won't be new information for you, but that's okay because, you know, it never gets old. So our mission, really what we're all about is helping girls to grow as confident leaders and supporting them in achieving their dreams. And we do that by connecting girls to mentorships, scholarships, and youth-led community action. And so we'll see exactly what that looks like as we go on. Our values, what we stand on, our leadership, community, and youth empowerment. Leadership, we see every girl as a leader, and we prove what's possible for girls by disrupting the status quo. So like I tell our girls all the time, you know this, if you've talked to me at all, you know, we're not making them into leaders. They're already leaders. And so we truly believe that every single girl is a leader. And so we stand on that community. That's what we're all about. When girls come to us, usually it's because they're looking either for a community or opportunity. And so we truly do, through our Cocoon Club, through our programs, build a supportive and inspiring network of female leaders. And lastly, youth empowerment. You know, I often struggle with the language of empowering because, you know, I feel like we don't empower girls, like we're reminding them of how empowered they are, but we do give them opportunities to lead. And so it's the language, sometimes I'm always like, wait, what is it? Because I truly believe we already have power, and sometimes it is reminding people and girls, particularly in our case, of their power. And we do give girls opportunities through our internships, through our contests, through our books to really remember how empowered they are. And so, yes, youth empowerment is what we're all about, empowering girls to see their greatness and create impact. So how do we do that? So our theory of change, which if you're not familiar with that language, a theory of change is our mission and our vision, that's the change that we're hoping to make, right? Confident girls who disrupt the status quo. Our theory of change just means this is how we're going about doing it. This is our theory for getting to that end result. And we believe that by creating this powerful multi-generational community of women and girl leaders working together, that together we will disrupt the status quo and help girls, particularly Black girls, thrive personally and professionally. And so I'll talk through our program model, just what that looks like. And of course, if you all have questions, you can put them in the comments. You can reach out to us as well. I have the contact information at the end of this video. So one, we connect girls to social capital. That's that network, that's that community piece. So that a powerful network that they really can leverage to improve their lives and achieve their personal and professional goals. And so while they're in middle and high school, but even after middle and high school, so our girls, I tell them this this all the time. They cannot get rid of us. Yeah, like they know once they're kind of in our community, they're in. And so now as our community is growing, it's really exciting because we have girls who now are in college or in career programs, and are starting to do those post-secondary, starting to achieve those post-secondary goals. And so it's important that as we do this work, we really are enhancing their social capital. So they really do have not just the concrete skills that they need to succeed, but they have a powerful network, the people that can make introductions for them, that can tell them about opportunities, that can give them references. And so that's what we mean by social capital. The second piece is our scholarships. So the second or number one thing that girls request is financial assistance in trying to achieve their goals, whether that is going to college, going to a pre-college program that has a cost to it, going to a career program, starting a business. We, through our scholarships and through our youth contest, we really do try to ease that financial burden and to help them overcome those financial barriers of entry to higher education and careers. And then lastly, strategic partnerships. The way that we help girls to develop their skills, and the way that we scale our work is really through strategic partnerships. And so we partner with other grassroots organizations who have similar missions who are doing this work. We work in some cases to give them mini grants, in other cases to connect our girls to their programs. We partner with corporations, businesses, colleges, universities to give our girls college opportunities, employment opportunities. And so really realizing that we can't do this work alone. Yes, we do have our core internship programs, which I'll talk about. However, it's only so many interns Butterfly Dreams can hire. And so our partnerships are very important because it really allows us to scale the work that we're doing and to reach more girls. So I mentioned our internships. I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So one of the values that we talked about was leadership and youth empowerment. Another thing that I often say is Butterfly Dreams is a youth-led movement, meaning that as adults, we're here to support the girls. However, we affirm and act on the knowing that the girls are leading this, right? Like we are responding to what they tell us they need, their interests. And so our youth internships are the way that our girls help us to co-create this vision and lead our programs. And so they really do power and manage our Cocoon Club. Our Cocoon Club, which I may have said, but I'm not sure if I mentioned concretely, our Cocoon Club is our community of women and girls. And we have a little bit over 400 members and growing in the Cocoon Club now. And so the way that we manage that community is with our staff and our youth interns. And so I'll talk a little bit about our 3 internship programs. One is our Right to Lead interns. Our Right to Lead internship is our first internship. And it started with us publishing a youth-led collection of short stories. And the idea behind Right to Lead is really giving girls an opportunity to share their voice, to share their stories, and to see the power of their stories in print, right? And so that they become published authors because they help us to publish our annual leadership journal. We use the leadership journal, but also our partner schools, our partner organizations use the leadership journal. So the girls are seeing real time the impact of their words and their thoughts. The other things that our Right to Lead interns do is that we have a community app, Mobilize. And so that's part of how we keep our 400 plus members growing and how we stay connected is through that app. And so our Right to Lead interns help us to create content for the app. And so we love our Right to Lead interns. Our second internship is our brand builders. These next 2 internships are actually new for this school year. And because our community has grown, as you'll see on the next slide. So our brand builders really are helping us to think through how we grow our brand and our marketing. And so they learn marketing, branding strategy, and they use what they learn to help grow our movement. So they help us create social media content, as well as build relationships with grassroots organizations, faith-based communities, and schools, so that we can keep growing our base and reaching more girls. And then our community ambassadors, as our community continues to grow, we realized that we didn't just want to be an app that girls download and it's on their phone, but we really wanted every girl to feel like she was a part of the community, especially those who are just participating virtually. And so our community ambassadors really help us do this, because they are connecting with all of the Cocoon Club members. They are leading community chats. They are providing peer mentorship and peer support. So those are our youth interns. Just to share with you all a little bit about just this past year. So as I shared, our Cocoon Club is now a little over 400 members, which includes over 360 middle and high school girls, 10 alumni. And even these numbers, it's funny, these numbers change so frequently, because now these numbers actually have increased as we've had girls graduate. But at the end of our fiscal year, of our FY21 fiscal year, these were the numbers. And 49 women mentors. The mentors include our leadership coaches. So the leadership coaches who have went through the Butterfly Dreams program and are what you all are learning about right now, as well as mentors in other programs who just want to utilize the resources and be connected to community. And so I won't read through all of these things, but when you have time, I do recommend that you just, take time and look through this presentation. But in the last year, we really, our program started primarily in Newark, New Jersey, with 50 girls in our Cocoon Club and about 8 girls in our Right to Lead internship. The growth that we saw this past year came from us being in a pandemic and going from in-person / virtual programming to all virtual programming, which opened up an opportunity from girls who live in more places outside of Newark, New Jersey, to become part of the program. And also open up the opportunities from women outside of Newark, New Jersey, to come into the program and to serve as mentors. And so we are excited about the growth. We are looking forward to learning, because this is new for us. And so we're learning what it means to engage with, this many girls with virtually and these many interns. We did see that of our membership, about 54% of the members were regularly engaged throughout the year, meaning they were participating in the discussions on our app, downloading the resources, posting the content, coming to our events. We got really good feedback from our virtual events. The satisfaction rate always was over 90%. A lot of times it was 100%. So girls really enjoyed the content that we've been creating. Our girls who were matched with leadership coach or peer mentors and who were graduating seniors, 96% of them were enrolled after they graduated high school, enrolled in a post-secondary college or university or career program, and joined our college and career network, which is growing and exciting. And we were able to match 19 girls with leadership coaches. And our goal for this year is to match 50 girls. So if you are interested in being a leadership coach after you hear this overview, you're at the early stages of a growing movement, and you will help us to give more girls access to a leadership coach. So of the 19 girls we matched at the beginning of the last year, 16 were really satisfied with their match. And then lastly, we were happy we employed 19 high school girls as paid interns and distributed over $18,000 in scholarships and youth leadership awards. And so I said I wasn't going to read through all that. I feel like I did, but still, if you want to go back, you definitely, absolutely can. And then what's next for us? So for this upcoming year, our goals are to continue with leadership growth. and giving girls opportunities to grow as leaders. We're focused not so much on growing the membership of the Cocoon Club, although we do believe and understand that will happen organically. So we're thinking it'll likely be at 500 girls. But now that we have so many girls, we really want to focus on deepening the relationship with them and making sure that they are growing as leaders through the resources that we're providing. So by connecting them to you all as leadership coaches, to their community ambassadors, making sure they're applying for scholarships, getting connected to programs via our partners, via our opportunities. So we'll really be focused on making sure that the 500 girls who are in our Cocoon Club community are growing as leaders. The second goal is around improved mental health. This upcoming year, we have tweaked our leadership coaching training curriculum just a bit to include therapeutic mentoring curriculum into our training. And so I think it'll be really beneficial to you all as leadership coaches and also to the girls that you will be coaching. I and another leadership coach and me, I should say, right? Grammar. We participated in a certification course around therapeutic mentoring last school year out of the Center for Mentoring at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. I believe I'm saying that right. Anyway, we got a ton of good information and resources, and we're using that as well as some positive psychology resources to improve our mentor training. So as a mentor, you're going to get, I think, some really, really beneficial training this year. So yeah, I'll just say that. And one of the things that as we evaluate and assess the work that we're doing, in the past, we've looked at how girls are growing in different leadership skills. So their relationship skills, their positive identity. And this year, we're also going to be looking at their mental health and where there are reductions in stress or anxiety and depression. And so a lot of our girls informally reported that to us last year and said that talking to their mentor or participating as a part of our community was helpful for them, not just in terms of completing goals, but their mental health. And so we'll be assessing that a little bit more for this upcoming school year. Post-secondary success, that is one of our biggest buckets, is really to make sure girls are set up to thrive after they finish high school. We do have a FY22 goal of helping 2,200 girls from underserved communities enroll in their dream colleges and career programs. That will come from our Cocoon Club, as well as partnerships, as well as scholarships. And so we're excited about meeting that reach. And then the influential alumni network, now that we have girls in college and early careers, which I'm so excited about. One of our goals is really just making sure that they stay connected and we provide them the support that they need through their first years and second years of college. And so maintaining at least 80% of alumni engagement. And then finally, sustainability, which, as you all know, is important for us to do great work. We have to be financially sustainable, right? And so our fundraising goal for this fiscal year is to raise $360,000, which will help us which is also our annual budget for this upcoming fiscal year, and to create a 5-year growth and sustainability plan. All right, so that was actually a lot more than, I don't know how long that took. I'm not looking at the timer, but I feel like I talked more than I thought I was going to talk about our program. So hopefully you are still with me, and it was interesting information to you all. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the leadership coaching role. Our leadership coaching role, our leadership coaches are our mentors. As a leadership coach, you are that one-on-one connection with a girl. Girls are engaged in a Cocoon Club how they need to be. Some girls are a part of our internship, so they're very engaged because they are, in addition to the internship, they're also engaged in a Cocoon Club. Others aren't interns, they're just members in a Cocoon Club. And so they just may be on the app, or they may come to a program here and there. And we have some girls who are very engaged. They come to every program. It's just like a gym, right? You have different levels of gym members and how engaged people want to be or need to be. However, what we saw last year is a leadership coach engagement was probably one of the most impactful areas of engagement, because regardless of if a girl is using the app every day, or if she is coming to the weekly programming or whatever, having that one-on-one person who is like checking for her and is asking her about her goals, girls really, really valued that last year. And so one of the things that we realized is that we wanted to be able to give more girls who wanted that connection, the opportunity to have that connection. And so our leadership coaches, I would say your main role is really to be a friend to the girl you're matched with. We'll talk a lot about this in our mentor training. And if you've ever mentored or had kids, you'll know that it's not really a teacher-student relationship, because even in teacher-student relationships, it flip-flops, right? Sometimes the student is teaching the teacher and the teacher is teaching the student. And so we don't look at it as we don't look really at anything in our organization as hierarchical. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's not a hierarchy. It's more so a relationship, a respectful relationship. And one person may have more of a lived experience or more years in this lifetime than the mentee. However, you really are growing together as leadership coach and as mentee. And so the leadership coach, the first thing is really about building a trusting relationship. And so when you start out as a coach, we'll focus on that. Like, how do you build a relationship with a girl you're matched with, where you all can just trust each other and talk to each other. And then we'll talk a little bit about the coaching, the strength-based coaching, and how you listen for certain things and the story that your girl is telling herself, and what are her goals, and how do you be an advocate and a support to her as she goes through this academic year and meeting her personal, professional, and academic goals. So that coaching and that loving feedback is a really big piece of your role as a leadership coach. And lastly, it's about making impactful connections. And so I talked a little bit earlier about that social capital. And I think that an important role of the leadership coach is being able to help add to their mentees' social network and their social capital. So making powerful introductions, making connections, and not just for your girl, but really for the movement, right? And so if there are connections that you can make that will allow us to recruit more leadership coaches, or that would maybe be a partnership opportunity, then maybe there's a internship opportunities for the girls, or maybe there's a way to help us to meet our financial goal. And so really thinking about it as not just as a leadership coach, you have your one-on-one commitment to the girl, and you're also a part of the Butterfly Dreams movement, an important part of it. And so we appreciate our leadership coaches so much, and understand that you all are volunteering your time, which is our most valuable resource. And so we try to respect your time, and when we're together, to make sure that it is useful to you and to your girls. And so the time commitment, you will have a 60-minute coaching call per month with your girl. A lot of times it's by video, FaceTime, Zoom. However, you all can choose what works best. We do highly recommend that you connect by video, at least at first, while you're building that trusting relationship. And some months it may be 60 minutes, some months it may be 30 minutes, and you'll figure out what works for you and your girl. And that shouldn't be the only time you communicate. However, you all should have your designated check-in time, which will be 60 minutes a month. You all absolutely can and should stay connected throughout the month, texting each other, however else, or through the Mobilize app. We'll go through all the details of that. But in terms of the commitment, there is a 60-minute coaching call per month. This other big piece of the commitment is our team meetings. We have one team meeting per month with our leadership coaches. It's generally a 90-minute team meeting. It's 90 minutes because we'll do a training module, a training topic, and then we'll answer questions and just talk a little bit about about how things are going with you all. We will likely do the training a little bit different in that we may just provide the training videos to you all in advance, or you will be able to see them afterwards if you miss it. We know your schedules are busy. However, the time us coming together is really important because it's our time as leadership coaches to kind of talk about how things are going. We will break you all up into small groups, which is something that will be new for this upcoming year, but we're all still going to meet at the same time. So we'll use the breakout group function in Zoom. And then if you and your small group want to continue meeting and checking in with each other after that monthly meeting or throughout the month, that is totally okay. So you will have your core kind of mentor leadership coach group that you can lean on to as support. And then we'll have our full team meetings every month. So just to be clear, it's one meeting per month where we will come together, all as leadership coaches. We'll talk about the training topic. Myself and our social worker, Brittany, will answer you all's questions, and you'll get time to kind of talk in your separate group. And then if you all want to stay connected, or however you want to stay connected with your leadership coach group as a supporting each other, you all can throughout the month. And then finally, we will have our 60-minute community chats. These will be led by our community ambassadors. So those are one of the internship groups that you saw. As part of their internship role, it is building community and having community conversations. And so they will come up with a topic. It will be part of their internship. Your role is really just to be in community and to participate. It creates a shared experience for you and your mentee. So it's just another thing that you all can talk about in your check-ins, like, how did that go for you? Or I thought this was really interesting. So the commitment is about 4 hours a month. What's not listed on here is a check-in with our social worker, Brittany. Brittany is always available to you all if you need her. And so you all, if you want to have a 30-minute check-in, or you want to reach out to Brittany, who you all will meet at our orientation, you absolutely can, because things may come up and you may need that one-on-one guidance. And so we'll be here to support you all with that. And then lastly, like, what's next? So you heard about our programs, you heard about what the commitment is to be a coach, and you're like, I'm ready. At least I hope that's what you're thinking. I hope you're like, I'm ready, let's do this, because we need you. We need you. So I'm gonna talk about, if you are interested in either returning as a leadership coach for the upcoming year, or going forward with the next steps, or applying, this is what will happen between now and the time we get started. So first, I did mention this, but our training curriculum, our mentor training curriculum, will be based on positive psychology resources, as well as we'll be leveraging the mentor training curriculum from the University of Massachusetts Boston Center for Evidence-Based Mentoring. So as you all, I just wanted you all to kind of know what to expect, the theme of the training material that you all will get in those 90-minute training team meetings each month. But in terms of the timeline, what you'll have to do. So if you are August and September, we are focused on recruiting leadership coaches. And so our goal is to recruit 50 women. So if you are already in our community, you're down, great. If you have the ability to help us to recruit and get the word out, please do. You can share the flyer on, I'll probably put the flyer maybe in the comment section of this video. And then, so it'll be in the comment section of this video if you're on a Mobilize app, and maybe we'll include it in your email as well. But recruitment, if you all can help us get the word out, if you have friends, women in your network, if you have affinity groups at your jobs, we definitely want women, we definitely need more leadership coaches. We're open. So I've got the common questions that I get in terms of recruitment is, if you're retired, can you be a leadership coach? Absolutely. You can be a working professional, or you can be retired. We're open to also if you're a college student or a graduate student. However, what I will say is, I think if you're like a senior or you're a graduate student, it probably will work a little bit better for you as a coach. Sometimes it's just hard in terms of commitment if you are an undergrad college student, but you know yourself and you now know what the commitment requires. So we're open to it. So yes, if you are a senior, junior, senior, undergrad student, a graduate student, if you are a professional working woman, yes. If you are retired, yes. In terms of ethnicity and race, we welcome all backgrounds. The girls that we serve are predominantly Black and Latinx. And so we do want our leadership coaches to reflect that. And so our goal is that the majority of our leadership coaches reflect the girls that we're serving. However, we are definitely open to all racial backgrounds. So if you are of a different race outside of Black and Latinx, we definitely want you, love you, invite you to come and be a part of it. And we ask that you share the opportunity with someone in your network who is Black or Latinx and can help us to continue to have coaches that are representative of the girls that we serve. So yes, don't feel like I'm not Black or whatever. Can I still do it? The answer is yes, you can, and you can help us to recruit leadership coaches as well. The second thing I would say is mobilize. If you're watching this on Mobilize, you already know what Mobilize is. Mobilize is our community app. It's how we stay connected to each other and the girls. It is our primary community communication source. And so you will get instructions. If you completed an application, you will get instructions or a link that says click here to join our community app, Mobilize. Once you click there and you join that app, you will be entered into the Women's Mentor Group, and you'll receive an auto-generated email that's like, welcome, and it'll have a link to download the app. Download the app, download the app, download the app. He said, download the app, okay? Honestly, it'll just make communication it will make communication a lot easier. Because you'll be able to just go to the app and talk with your girl, and you'll get all the updates from us. The updates will come through via email, but as someone who gets thousands of emails, I won't say a day because that's just not true. However, I do feel like that sometimes, like, why am I getting so many emails? So I find that for me, and for a lot of our girls and our mentors, when they're on the app, it makes communication a lot better, and our girls use the app. So download the app, Mobilize. And then if you have not completed a background check, if you submitted your application and you got an email from us that says, welcome, we now need you to complete a background check, then complete that background check. You will have the option of either paying for the background check or having Butterfly Dreams pay for the background check. It's completely up to you. We obviously appreciate any savings that we can get as an organization. However, we don't want the financial cost of the background check to be a barrier to you volunteering. So feel free to select whatever option works best for you and your finances at this time. The background check will need to be, I think, completed in maybe it's 2 weeks. It'll be in the email in terms of when you need to complete it. And if you have any questions about that, you can contact us. If you have not applied to be a leadership coach yet, then the first step is just submitting that application. And then once our team reviews your application, we'll let you know if we can either move forward, or it will let you know if for whatever reason we can't move forward. And all right, so once you have you submitted the application, you downloaded the app, Mobilize, you completed your background check, you've helped us recruit more leadership coaches, more mentors. August and September is really just about that. In October, we will get started. October, we will get started with our leadership coach onboarding. That will be our first training together. We'll be able to meet all the other leadership coaches, and we'll get started. We'll also share with you who your match is. We do matches based on what you all submitted in your application and based on what the girls submitted when they requested a leadership coach. We try to match based on similar goals, careers. However, it's no magic formula. It's really just us, looking at both and saying, okay, we think this would be a good match. We've overwhelmingly had success with the matches. If for whatever reason, I don't like if for whatever reason you feel concerned about your match, for any reason, you can contact Brittany and let her know, and we will see how we can work it out. And then our first community chat, the first community chat that you all will participate as a leadership coach is our November community chat. So our community chats are always on the first Saturday of the month, and they're virtual via Zoom. So that is what's next as a leadership coach. If you did not apply yet, submit your application. But other than that, we really could just use help recruiting more leadership coaches and getting the word out from now into October. It'll be pretty quiet in terms on a leadership coaching side until we get started. So if you all need us, you can definitely reach out to us. I am on Mobilize. Brittany's on Mobilize. You can also reach out to both of us by email. If you email info@butterflydreams.org, it will come to the team. We'll see it and we will respond as soon as possible. And then if you're not following us on social media, what are you doing? You should, of course, be following us on social media. So you can follow us. Our I guess, name is @ButterflyDreamsINC. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. All right, you all, thank you so much for listening to this overview, watching this overview. It will be posted and mobilized. And so if you have comments, you can comment there, or if you're getting this by email, you also can respond to the email with any questions. We appreciate you. We love you. We are excited about this new year that's about to come. We have more girls, we have returning girls. And so, yeah, we're looking forward to getting started. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week, whenever it is that you're watching this, and we will talk to you soon.